Have you ever wondered who the very first storytellers of Africa were? The people whose lives stretch back tens of thousands of years? Today, we're exploring the San people, sometimes called the Bushmen, whose culture is considered one of the oldest continuous human traditions on Earth. Before we go deeper, let me ask you, where are you watching from today, and how are you doing? Drop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And while you're at it, like the video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss these stories. The San people are found mainly in Botswana, Namibia, South Africa, and parts of Angola. They were traditionally hunter-gatherers, moving seasonally across the land, following water, game, and the cycles of plants. Unlike most groups that adopted farming thousands of years ago, the San preserved a way of life that dates back to the earliest humans in southern Africa. When you hear that, it's striking, isn't it? Imagine a culture surviving almost unchanged for thousands of generations. How rare is that? One of the most fascinating things about the San is what genetics tells us. Modern studies reveal that San people carry some of the oldest human DNA lineages. Their genetic diversity is higher than almost any other group alive today, showing that they diverged very early in the history of Homo sapiens. In other words, when we study the San, we are looking into a living window to our earliest ancestors. Think about that. The people you see today have roots that go back farther than nearly anyone else on the planet. Their languages are another incredible aspect of their heritage. San languages include clicks and sounds unlike those found in most other human languages. These clicks are not just a quirk. They are part of a deeply ancient linguistic tradition that connects them to their ancestors. Every sound, every pattern carries a history stretching back thousands of years. But the San are more than DNA and language. They are artists, historians, and spiritual guides of the natural world. Their rock art, found across southern Africa in places like the Tsodilo hills in Botswana, shows scenes of hunting, animals, and ceremonies. Some paintings depict hybrid figures, humans with animal traits, connecting directly to their spiritual beliefs. Shamans, trance dances, and rituals of healing appear in these images, proving that their culture was rich not only in survival skills but in imagination and spirituality. You might be wondering, with such an ancient culture, how did the San survive the waves of history that swept across Africa? The truth is, they faced many challenges. As Bantu-speaking peoples expanded across southern Africa, many San were displaced or assimilated. Later, during European colonization, they suffered forced labor, loss of land, and violence. Their traditional lifestyle, lightweight shelters, hunting and gathering, intimate knowledge of the environment, was disrupted. Yet, despite all this, San communities still exist today, preserving elements of their ancestral ways. It's also worth asking, why does this matter to us now? Because the San connect us directly to the dawn of human history. Their stories, their dances, their survival strategies, all show us the resilience of the human spirit. Modern life may have moved forward, but the San remind us that deep knowledge, respect for the land, and cultural memory are as powerful now as they were thousands of years ago. The San were not isolated from the outside world entirely. Trade, migration, and interaction with neighboring groups shaped their history, but they always retained a core of independence and connection to the land. They knew how to survive in one of the harshest environments on Earth, and their knowledge of plants, animals, and water sources was extraordinary. Imagine relying entirely on your understanding of the land to survive. No supermarkets, no maps, no internet. How different would our world feel if we lived that way? Let's also reflect on the stories embedded in their art. The Tsodilo Hills, sometimes called the Louvre of the desert, holds over 4,500 paintings. Each image is not just decoration. It's a lesson, a ritual, a record of survival. For example, elands, which were central to their spiritual ceremonies, appear repeatedly. Scholars suggest that these paintings were not just aesthetic. They were tools to teach, to guide young members of the community, and to maintain a connection with the spiritual world. Despite the pressures of modern life, many San people continue to practice elements of their traditional culture. They tell stories, perform rituals, and maintain a profound relationship with the environment. At the same time, they face ongoing challenges: poverty, marginalization, and threats to their land and rights. You can't help but reflect on the fragility of culture, even one as old as theirs, in a rapidly changing world. Think about this. These are people whose ancestors witnessed the rise of farming, the expansion of kingdoms, and even the first encounters with Europeans. Yet, their cultural practices, their DNA, and their art connect us to a period long before modern civilization. And it's still alive today. Isn't that extraordinary? Before we continue, if this story is sparking your curiosity, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Your subscription supports this young channel, and it means the world as we keep uncovering these truths. Even in the face of centuries of displacement, the San's knowledge has influenced southern Africa profoundly. They have contributed to understanding human genetics, anthropology, linguistics, and archaeology. Modern scientists, historians, and cultural practitioners continue to study their lives, learning lessons about resilience, sustainability, and human creativity. Every rock painting, every ritual, every story passed down connects us to the human journey. And here's a question for you. Which part of the San story moves you the most? Is it their ancient DNA, their rock art, or the sheer longevity of their culture? Drop it in the comments below. I'd love to read your thoughts. In closing, the San people are more than a group of hunter-gatherers in southern Africa. They are a living testament to human survival, ingenuity, and spirituality. They teach us about connection, to the land, to each other, and to the stories that define us. By studying and respecting them, we honor the very roots of humanity. Before we finish, remember to like, comment on the part of the story you found most fascinating, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell. Your support keeps this channel alive, and your engagement helps these stories reach more people who value cultural heritage. The San are not relics of the past. They are a vibrant, enduring culture, reminding us that Africa's oldest traditions are still alive today, waiting to teach, to inspire, and to connect us all to the history of our species.